So 3 space.
No.
Okay, everybody, we're back. We're going to go ahead and do my 20th game of Jeopardy for the Sega Genesis, in which at this point, in 19 games, I have won $2,033,999. So Jeopardy for the Sega is now a $2 million run. Let's see if we can win some more. All right. Here we go. We have Corey and Pete facing me today. As I try to add on my $2,033,999, we're going to play with these categories.
Here are the categories.
Starts with G, food, U.S. government, landmarks, lines, notice the quotation marks, and finally, radio heroes. Okay. Well, we'll see how they go, but I start the game. Food for 100. Spicy, icy, Spanish tomato soup. What is gazpacho?
You are correct.
Food for 200. Term for pasta that remains firm to the teeth's touch. What is al dente? Oops, not al dente, al dente.
You are correct.
That is correct. Okay. Let's go with food for 300. Dish made of meat and pastry and named for Napoleon's nemesis. What is beef Wellington?
You are correct.
Correct again. Food for 400. The Pouvoir in steak au Pouvoir. What is pepper? Excuse me. What is pepper? Sorry, I drank my soda a little too fast earlier.
You are correct.
Pepper is right. Food for 500. Main dish ordered most often in American restaurants. What is fried chicken? Something I have on occasion. Not as often as I used to, but, you know, just here and there. When I'm in the mood for it, I have to be in the mood. That's correct.
You are correct.
Ran the food category, and we have $1,500 to start things off. Where to now? I think we'll take landmarks for 100. On the Vienna memorial to this composer, the figures represent his 9 symphonies. Who's Beethoven?
You are correct.
Ludwig van Beethoven, yeah. Landmarks 200. You have to lie down atop a castle and hang your head over the wall if you want to kiss this. What is the Blarney Stone?
You are correct.
Landmarks 300. $1,800 in cash right now. Let's keep going. In the 1830s, part of this palace became a museum dedicated to all the glories of France. What is Versailles?
You are correct.
Landmarks 400. $2,100 in cash right now. Let's keep going. The coronation throne of England is in the chapel of Edward the Confessor in this building. What is Westminster Abbey?
You are correct.
Right again. 500. Close it out. But this museum by the Hudson houses the Metropolitan Museum's collection of medieval art. I'm going to give this one to Pete. I don't know it. Nope, neither does he.
Sorry.
That's too bad. It is the cloisters.
You are correct.
The cloisters. So Corey has her first bit of cash. And now she gets to pick a category. Which is going to be starts with G for 100. First American to orbit the Earth in space. Who's John Glenn?
You are correct.
Starts with G, 200. Oscar is to acting as this is to music. What's a Grammy?
You are correct.
Starts with G for 300. Adolescent version of the cucumber. What is the gherkin?
You are correct.
Starts with G for 400. Away he'll schlep with his elephant Shep, while Stella and Ursula sway in step. Who is George of the Jungle?
You are correct.
Starts with G for 500. This poisonous lizard is only found in the southwest U.S. What is the Gila monster? That's going to take me up to $4,000 in cash. And we keep going.
You are correct.
Oh, let's take lines for 100. Hopefully the daily doubles in this category. We'll find out in a bit. In song, Johnny Cash line that follows Because You're Mine. What does I walk the line? If the daily double is in this category, then I got it made. Could get up to the 5 figures in no time at all. If it's in the Radio Heroes or U.S. Government category, then we could be facing a bit of a problem.
You are correct.
But we'll know in just a minute. I'll take lines for 200, please. Ah, thank you! I'm going to make it a true daily double. True daily double, please. Here we go. Railroad and Monopoly that fits this category. What is the short line?
You are correct.
Lines for 300. There's only one of these lines on a football field. What's a 50-yard line?
You are correct.
Let's go lines for 400, please. It's been called the boundary between y'all and you guys. What is the Mason-Dixon line?
You are correct.
I'll go lines for 500. $200-mile-long French line of defense, which the Germans bypassed in 1940 by invading Belgium. What is the Maginot Line? Radio Heroes 100. Bring Him Back Alive guy, played by Bruce Boxleitner on TV, but by himself on radio. Oh, it was Frank Buck.
You are correct.
Pete's right, and he makes a selection now. Radio Heroes 200. This All-American Boys theme began, wave the flag for Hudson High, boys. Corey. Jack Armstrong. Okay.
You are correct.
Jack Armstrong. So Corey got it right, and she makes a selection. U.S. Government 100. Bills for raising money must originate in this branch of Congress. What is the... Let's say what is the House of Representatives? Or I think it might be the Senate. I'm gonna change it. Might be the Senate. I'll go with Senate instead.
Sorry.
Probably should have stayed with my first gut instinct. Oh, it is the House of Representatives. Yeah, I should have stayed with my first gut instinct. The A in PAC is what the lobbying group wants to get from the lawmakers. What is action?
You are correct.
U.S. Government 300. Of the 15,000 of these operating in Washington, less than half are registered. What are lobbyists?
You are correct.
U.S. Government for 400. In August 1957, the South Carolina senator filibustered for 24 hours and 18 minutes uninterrupted. Who is Strom Thurmond?
You are correct.
U.S. Government for 500, please. And I'm now in the five figures, over $10,000 in cash. The Immigration and Naturalization Service is part of this federal department. I forgot about this one, so I'm going to stay put. I'll give it to Corey instead. Let's see what she says. Nope.
Sorry.
Corey doesn't know. It is the Justice Department. Okay, yeah.
You are correct.
So Pete is now out of the hole and he has his first bit of cash. And let's see where he goes next. Radio Heroes 300. 12 beats of a gong and an airplane swooping down signaled his arrival on radio. Corey. Wrong.
Sorry.
Corey loses all her money. Pete. Nope, sorry.
Sorry.
Pete loses his back in the hole again, and I don't know, so I'm going to just stay right where I'm at with $10,200.
You know the correct response?
Captain Midnight. Captain Midnight. Pete, back to you. He usually drove the Black Beauty. It was Kato.
You are correct.
So now Pete has some money again, and let's look at that last clue before we go to Double Jeopardy. Later a foil for Lucy as Harry Carter, he foiled Ming on radio as Flash Gordon. Corey. It is Gail Gordon. All right.
You are correct.
So Corey has $500, Pete has $200, and I have $10,200. And we're going to go ahead and get ready to start playing the round of
Double Jeopardy.
right now. And we're going to play with these categories.
Here are the categories.
Hotels, comic strips, mammals, 1885, psychology, and we'll close it out with weights and measures. All right. I'll see how these categories turn out for me. We're going to start things off with comic strips for 200. Jim Davis named this cat after his grandfather, not the 20th president. Who is Garfield?
You are correct.
Let's go comic strips for 400, please. John Steinbeck wrote the preface of a book about this Al Cap character. Who is Lil Abner?
You are correct.
Let's have comic strips for 600, please. Standard comment of Little Orphan Annie's dog, Sandy. What is ARF?
You are correct.
Comic strips for 800. His favorite mode of transport was his dinosaur named Dinny. Who is Alley-Oop?
You are correct.
Comic strips 1,000. Over $12,000 right now. During the Depression, she sold apples on the street, but now she gives only free advice. Oh, I don't know this one. I'll give it to Pete, because I don't know. It is Mary Worth. Oh, okay.
You are correct.
Well, Pete still trails me by a margin. But he gets to make the next selection as we continue. Weights and measures, 200. A span, which is approximately 9 inches long, is based on the span of this part of the body. What is the hand?
You are correct.
Let's go weights and measures for 400. There are 4 gills in a pint, so there are this many gills in a quart. What is... What is 16?
You are correct.
All right. Weights and measures for 600, please. In the metric system, the weight of 1 liter of water is equal to one of these units. Pete. That is wrong.
Fine.
Corey. It's a kilogram.
You are correct.
Kilogram. All right. Next. 1885, 200. This game was introduced to America in 1885, not 1884. What is golf?
You are correct.
1885 for 400. Begun on July 4th, 1888, this presidential monument was finally dedicated in 1885. What is the Washington Monument? I'll go 1885 for 600. This women's magazine celebrated its centennial in 1985, a seal of America's approval. What is good housekeeping?
You are correct.
1885 for 800. The second volume of his Das Kapital was published. Who is Karl Marx?
You are correct.
1,000. A vine from Napoleon's grave was planted at this U.S. president's tomb. Who is Thomas Jefferson?
Sorry.
Oh, it wasn't Thomas Jefferson. It was Ulysses S. Grant. Oh, yeah, my bad.
You are correct.
My fault. Alright. Psychology for 200. Oh, there's one of the 2 daily doubles. And we know that Corey's going to wager 1,000 on this clue. A bad one is biting your fingernails. A good one is calling mom once a week, and it's a habit. But Corey did not know that.
No, the correct response.
Too bad, so sad. Psychology for 400. There's the other daily double. Oh, she sniped both daily doubles away from me, so I don't have a chance. Oh well. This type of trait is the opposite of a dominant one, and it's recessive.
You are correct.
I knew that one, but can't do nothing about it now. Keep going. Mammals 200. Warner Brothers' fragrant version is Pepe Le Pew. What's a skunk?
You are correct.
Let's go with mammals for 400. Only mammal mothers produce this for their young. What is milk?
You are correct.
Mammal 600. Prominent facial feature of the proboscis monkey. What is the nose?
You are correct.
Mammals 800. Opossums are the only members of this family of mammals native to North America. What are marsupials?
You are correct.
1,000, please, for mammals. Term describing bears or any animal which eats both meat and plants. What is omnivorous?
You are correct.
There we go. Psychology for 600. One who suffers from periods of depression alternating with periods of extreme excitement. What is a manic depressive?
You are correct.
Psychology for 800. The common name for somnambulism. What is sleepwalking?
You are correct.
Psychology 1000. The ego resolves conflicts between this and the superego. What is the id?
You are correct.
Let's take weights and measures 800. Unit of measure in printing. There are 12 of them to a pica, about 72 of them to an inch. It is a point.
You are correct.
A measurement of force was named for this discoverer of gravity, who is Isaac Newton.
You are correct.
Okay, let's go with the last category, which is hotels for 200. National chain of hotels often referred to as Hojos. What is Howard Johnson's?
You are correct.
400, please. In 1977, the Eagles checked into the #1 spot on the charts with this song. What is Hotel California?
You are correct.
600. California's famous Ahwahnee Hotel is in the heart of this national park. What is Yosemite?
You are correct.
800. This payment plan includes both lodging and meals. What's the American plan?
You are correct.
Last clue for $1,000. In 1954, Conrad Hilton wrote checks for $97 million to purchase this entire hotel chain. What is Statler Hotels?
You are
So I
correct.
have 23,200, Corey 2,100, Pete 1,400. Let's play Final Jeopardy. And we'll look at the category at this time, which is the Bible. I'm coming back for a 21st game, looks like. I got this. I'll go all in. Now disputed strip of land where Samson brought down the house. What is Gaza?
That was the correct response.
That is right. Everybody got it right. So I'm going to end up with $46,400. So now, $46,400. This game, in 20 games, I've won $2,080,399. And I'll see you all for game 21 and that next video coming soon.